Hi, everybody. It's Angel. So excited to be here. This is our premiere episode of My Psychic Lifestyle. And I'm so excited to be here. I want to just wait for everybody to start coming on. This show is going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to have so much fun doing this particular show because I am going to have all kinds of wonderful guests on this show. I am going to have Canadian Paranormal Investigations, who everybody knows I absolutely adore and love. This is my paranormal team, or our paranormal team. I'm hoping to have other teams from all over the world. I'm hoping to have other esoterics, but also I want to talk about energetic parenting, energetic lifestyle, energetic everything, how to work with our pets, dentistry, lawyers, doctors, people who really believe that energy means something in everyday life. And that's going to be really, really exciting because I feel that energy is something that we work with every single day in every single way. And it's really important for us to understand that it affects every part of our lives, from the food that we eat to the way we interact with each other, even the books and the shows that we take in. It's all food. It's all food for our spirits. So, what do we want to give our spirits? What do we want to give our ourselves? How do we want to nurture us? And I'm going to have some really cool guests. I'm really hoping to get the vampire librarian from New Orleans. He's really cool. He's got all these amazing books that he always recommends, and that kind of stuff. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Not to mention that everybody knows Angel loves her adventures. So we are going to go all over the world. We're not only going to have guests coming all from all over the world, we're actually going to go all over the world, and you're going to be my travel buddies. And some of you know what that means. Last year I went to New Orleans and y'all came with me, and it was great. We were able to interview wonderfully interesting people. And so this year we're going to do the same, and it's going to be part of this show and part of way more. So we're going to have a really exciting time every Monday at 7 o'clock EST here. But we're also going to be on YouTube. And then if you don't get a chance to watch the show here or on YouTube, you will be able to see it on a replay on Instagram and on any podcast stream that's out there. Spotify just happens to be the one that I really tend to like. I'm hoping that we're going to get lots of people today, lots of questions. At the end of oh, you can't hear me? Hope you're doing well. Can everybody hear me now? That's really weird that you can't hear me. Hold on a second. I'm hoping everybody can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Because Debbie Marco says she can't hear me. I'm hoping that's on her end, not mine. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about before we even get started is the last part of our shows. We are going to do readings. You can hear me. Okay, good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let people know this is somewhere where not only you're going to get free readings, but you're going to develop who you are, not only as an intuitive. Oh, look, my first guest, my co-host. This is my co-host. Everybody knows Miss Whitey. Miss Whitey is going to be one of my co-hosts, but we're going to have other co-hosts as well on this show. Interesting animals that are going to be around. Um, really interesting. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of surprises, a lot of fun. And I'm hoping too that we're going to have contests and giveaways. So this is going to be something for you because this is your you year. So let everybody know. And if you're watching on Facebook, you can catch me on any of my pages, My Psychic Lifestyle, Raising Energy here, and Angel Morgan Pet Psychic. So any of my pages will stream to this particular show, 7 p.m. EST. Now, the reason we called this My Psychic Lifestyle is because I also have a blog of the same name. So a lot of the topics that we're going to cover here, you can read about there. And we also have a podcast of the same name. So at the end of every show, I will download this and then I will stream it to the podcast. So it will be available for everyone to hear. This is also a really interactive show. So if you have questions, please put them on the comments about the topic. And at the end, if you have questions that you want me to psychically tap into. Also, the beauty of this particular platform is I can invite guests from the audience into my wonderful little studio. And how I do that is I will, ooh, is that Renee? They've changed a lot of this stuff. That's great. I'm going to type it right in here. I'm going to paste it right in here. Send. And now can't post comments to some destinations. Learn more. That's okay. Yeah. So I'm going to hang on a second. Let me see if I'm live over here. Live. Live. Oh, I am. I am live on YouTube as well. We're excited. This is fun. So you guys can comment. You guys can interact. You guys can also join me right here live as an audience member, and we can chit chat and chat. Now, today I am going solo. And the reason I'm going solo is because I want you to really get to know me for those people who don't know me. And I want to kind of get to know you guys again for some of those people who have known me forever. So I'm a psychic, I'm an animal communicator, and I am an energetic expert. I breathe this world. I am obsessed with it. I am active in many parts of it. I am on a paranormal team who you will get to know, I'm hoping, very well. And I love the work I do. And a lot of people ask me, why do I love the work I do? Well, one, the obvious, it's really cool to be able to talk to ghosts and animals. It's really neat to be able to get outside the material and do those things and experience those things that we only get to experience outside or in the movies, so to speak. We have been inundated with that since we were children and before, since cinema started. Ghostbusters and what else? Haunted Mansion and Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, The Mummy, Frank. We have been inundated with this. So we understand it from one perspective, but we always want to reach into that world and bring it into ours somehow. And this is one of the things I've done with my life. I've literally walked into the cinema and I have become part of the movies. It's so amazing. Wendy, hi. Debbie, hi. Oh my gosh, everybody is coming out now. Marie-Claude, hello. So this is why I do my work, because I love connecting to spirit, but even more so, I really jive on helping people connect to their abilities, to showing the world this is real. And it's so real, it's tangible. And some of the guests that I'm hoping to bring onto this show will undoubtedly make you understand by the time the show is finished that this is real through their stories and through their work and through what they have to offer you. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So today, what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about what it means to be psychic, and then start getting you to tap in to your abilities. Tiffany Ann, how are you? I want you to walk away from tonight being able to work with your own abilities and understand your abilities. And we all have different abilities. So, to start from the start, being psychic is different than being a clairvoyant, is different than being a medium, is different than being an animal communicator. But they have all one thing in common. And that commonality is they can connect to energies and vibrations to be able to connect to things in different ways that are non tangible. So, psychic is somebody who can actually look into the present. What are your health issues? What's going on with you today? Help guide you with your job and all of those different things. Clairvoyance can do a little bit more than that. They can see the past, the present, the future, as well as being able to do healing work. They have all the clairs open. And forgive me, I always get this wrong. Hang on a second. I'm going to be smart about this, and I'm going to go online because I can. And I'm going to look at what are the 5 clairs. I love the internet. And that's something, the 5 clairs. Okay, 5 clair. So the 5 clairs, ooh, Henry Cavill just came up. What are the 5 clairs? Search. It didn't come up. What are the 5 clair? Search, and it's not working. Done. My phone's not working. Of course it's not. Why would it work? 5. I'm going to try this one more time. And it's not even a retrograde, people. The 5 clairs are clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance are the 4 main clairs. The meaning of the clairs: type of psychic abilities that correspond to the 5 senses of seeing, feeling, hearing, smelling, and tasting. And the reason I'm going to the interviews because I always forget what they are. So my reality is that if you are clairsentient, smell. Clairaudient, to hear. Claircognizant is to smell. Clairsentient is to feel. Clairaudience is to hear. This is the separation of the different feels. So physically, we can feel, sense, hear, clear. We can hear, we can see, we can feel, we can taste, and we can smell. And on the psychic level, we can do the same. We can hear remotely. We can smell remotely. So people can hear smell like cigars and things like that. We can see across the plains, seeing ghosts and what have you. And we can feel, so empaths and things like that. So as there are 5 physical senses, there are 5 clairvoyant or 5 psychic senses. Then we have mediumship. This is the one everybody loves because everybody loves to tap into the dead, as morbid as that sounds. And the reason for that is because we want to know that our loved ones are still there. One of the biggest things I have really started to understand is when somebody passes away, when we grieve, it's actually our brains, our heads, our physical being that is trying to understand and accept that that physical part of a person no longer can be with us. We can no longer touch them. We can no longer feel them. We can no longer smell them. I know a lot of people who go into the closet of somebody that they love and they just stand there and they hold their top and they smell them. But our hearts know better. And our psychic senses know better. This is why people will stand at their sink doing the dishes, and all of a sudden they can smell the person that they loved, or they can feel their arms around them. If you've had that experience, please feel free to write it down. I'm the feely, says Debbie Marco. You definitely are, my love. You definitely are. All right. If you have had these experiences, Patricia, hello, Lisa, hello. So some of my team are actually here. Patricia is here and Wendy is here. And that's really cool because we're going to have them on next week. So if you've had those experiences, tell us some of your stories. Let us know that you have, look, she says she's a feely person. Tell us about your experiences. Glenn, the captain of our team, is here. Have you guys ever had experiences where you have had a spirit come in and connect with you in some way? You're doing the dishes, and all of a sudden, somebody pops into your head, or you have them hold you, or you may even hear your voice, or hear a whisper, or your name in the middle of the night. These are all things that we dismiss. We say, "Oh, you know what? That was in my head. Oh, I don't really know if that's happening." It is. My little boy, well, when he was little, he's 20 now. When my son was a little boy, he came to me crying and he said to me, "Mummy, somebody said to me that ghosts don't exist." And I looked at him and I said, "Honey," I said, "have you ever seen a ghost?" "Well, yes, Mummy." "Have you ever felt a ghost?" "Well, yes, Mummy." "Okay, so what do you think? Do you think they exist?" "Oh, no, Mummy, I know they exist." And I looked at him and I said, "As long as you know, that's what's important. Dismiss nothing." And then he looked at me and he goes, "But Mummy, how do I know it's real?" And I said to him, "Honey," I said, you can feel it. You can feel it the way you feel me when you're standing in front of me. You can see them the way you see me standing in front of you." He goes, "Yes, Mummy." I said, "Then you know. You just know." And what's really interesting is for the longest time, I didn't see like my son. I didn't see as if people were standing right in front of me. I always saw it in my third eye. Don't discount that, because when we see things from our third eye, that is a way of communicating and connecting. When we feel, this is communication and connecting. When we smell things that are not there, people dismiss it because it's not seeing an actual apparition in front of you. That's where you have to start. Acknowledge how you're seeing. Develop that, and the doors will open one by one. All right, we've got some comments here. Patricia says, "Whenever I'm feeling down, I smell my grandma's perfume." Lisa Paquette says, "I have heard my mom call me and heard her shuffling." Absolutely. June Crowder Taylor says, "Me and my kid hear someone calling us when no one is there, or I end up feeling like there's someone beside me." Absolutely. And when we don't dismiss these things, that is the first step towards really understanding yourself and stepping into this wonderful, wonderful world. Tiffany Ann says, "I can normally hear, smell, and feel." Yeah. And what's going to happen is as you strengthen one ability, you will strengthen others. And as I said, the doors will begin to open. And that's a really exciting thing. And when we're on this path, when we start to open up, we don't just open up to our family members. We start to open up to other things too. And that's when it gets really wonky. Like you're walking down the hall, you turn around and like, "Oh my God, who are you?" Yeah, at first it's going to feel scary. It's going to surprise you. It's going to interrupt and disrupt. But that's okay, because the good news is eventually you will get used to it, to the point where you'll wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. Something will come, through the ceiling, like it has for me. I had an old woman come through the ceiling and she's just looking at me, and I'm like, "No, no, seriously, 3 o'clock in the morning. No, we'll do this another time." And she literally turned away around and she went through the roof. She went through the roof. Through the roof. Anyway, so yeah, so you will get used to it. Now, a lot of people will come to me and go, "Oh, but I'm scared because what if something evil comes through? What if something bad comes through?" Well, the reality is the odds of that happening are actually pretty slim. First of all, those things that are evil, they don't really look at us as yummy. They don't look at us as something that's even worth their time most of the time. A lot of times they will pick on the weakest hen there. And the reality is that if, and I read this somewhere, and I actually talked to someone about this too. If an exorcist will see a true exorcism in their life, it's actually quite an amazing thing. Not a good thing, but an amazing thing. Do we see lower and heavy energies? Absolutely, we can connect to them, but it's nothing we can't clear away. We have to remember that when we do psychic work, it really is, we don't work with spirit. Spirit doesn't work with us. We work together. Okay. We don't work for them. They don't work for us. We work as a team. And the sooner we understand that, the sooner we can go, okay, you know what? I don't know what I just felt right now, but can you clarify? Okay. Can you give me some more information on what I just saw or, oh, hell, what was that? Like I've done that too. Talking to our spirit guides, talking to our spirit team is excessively important. You know, you're not crazy. You work with a group. A group has been assigned to you. And as you grow, just so you know, that group, that team can change. When I first started, I had a different group set than I do now. I was with a medicine woman and she did a ceremony. She said, some will leave now and new ones will come. And I actually cried because I had such an amazing relationship with some of my wonderful team. Stephanie Nelson says, while I was sleeping, I woke up and saw spirits watching me. Yeah, and that will happen. And again, you are in control. You know what? That's really great that you're here. I need to sleep. You need to leave right now. Or, hey, grandma, wow, this is really cool. Let's have a chat. Don't be afraid of opening communication. Okay. A lot of times these experiences will also happen in your in between time. So the in between time is that time when you're starting to wake up. It's my favorite time of the day. It's actually when I do the most work. I will keep my eyes closed, do my affirmations, maybe do some healing work for clients. I will connect to spirits. If anybody has anything they want to talk to me about, I'm wide open right now. Sometimes I'll do communication with my own animals or the animals of friends that I know or people who have asked me to communicate. Because when you are just waking up, and I've said this a million times, some of you have heard it a million times, when you're just waking up and your eyes are closed, your subconscious is actually wide open still. You're coming out of dream time. You're relaxed, your breathing is proper, you're fully aligned. When you wake up, okay, so that subconscious closes up a little bit and it becomes a little bit more challenging. You open your eyes and your day walk starts to take over. This is one of the reasons we use vision boards, which we're going to do an episode on. We'll do vision boards to help us to bring those images into our subconscious mind to be able to manifest more quickly. But again, as you're falling asleep or when you're waking up are the two best times to do work like that. All right, let's see. June Crowder Taylor, me and my kid here. Oh, okay, I read that. Carl, how are you? Carl says, I had a friend pass away from cancer. I'm so sorry. This was years before I believed in this sort of thing. I was working at Tim's at the time and I was at the drive-through window and it hit me like a lead balloon. Oh my God, Julie died. It was totally her visiting. Pretty cool, huh? You got to understand spirit wants to connect with us. We try so hard to connect to spirit, but the reality is every minute of every day, there is somebody on the other side who wants to talk to you. It's just for us to kind of give that space, give that time, be quiet. And it's not about meditation. It's really just about listening. And how we listen, that takes a little bit of breath work sometimes. And sometimes it's just about slowing down. Again, a whole other episode that I'm going to be doing, which will be really, really cool. Tips and techniques are always my thing. A lot of people will say, oh, you're giving away your secrets and you're giving away I don't really care, to be honest. Because nobody does it the way I do it. When you do your work, no matter if it mimics mine or if it's something I've taught you, this is your own way of doing things, right? This is your own way of being able to connect. And you're a different vibe than I am. So you're going to connect differently than I do. This is why I love teaching and I love giving these kinds of things. Connie says, my husband tapped me on the back. I thought it wasn't true, but he did it again. Then I said hello to him and smiled and thanked him for visiting me. And that's it, right? All you have to do is just take that moment of who is this? You'll see an image, you'll see a thought. And sometimes if spirits can't come to you, it isn't because of you. A lot of times it's because where they're at. And if it is because you're really emotional, they don't want to come too close because when you touch them or they touch you in your energy field, what's going to happen is you're going to be a mess and they don't want that, right? So sometimes they'll actually come through to you through angels, guides, guardians, signs, right? Whether it's a dime or a feather, or maybe it was a favorite bracelet you keep finding around that belonged to your grandmother. Well, obviously grandma is there. Yes. Ann Williams. So just to recap what I said at the beginning of the show, at the end of the show, in the last 15, 20 minutes, I will be doing free readings. That's a big thing for me, so that people can definitely be able to ask their questions. Oh, this is so exciting that I'm on YouTube too. So yes, Ann Williams, to answer your question, I will be doing that. And we will be having guests on the show and all kinds of stuff. And just so you know too, and this is something I do have to bring up, we will be doing a show where we're going to be doing audience readings in Niagara Falls. If you're in the Niagara area on February 23rd, 23rd. Please come see the show. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be at the convention center. And you can get tickets by clicking, I believe, the link. Yeah, the link that's just been supplied. Oh my God, look at all these comments. Glenn, at Conjure Camp, I asked you to verify what I thought I saw, and you said, if you saw it, then it's what you saw. I love that. I love that. I love that we had that connection. Conjure Camp was amazing. So I'm hoping that we can actually have some guests from Conjure Camp too. That's my wish list. Stephanie Nielsen says, how can you protect yourself from feeling other people's energy? It's overwhelming when you're in the room full of people. Okay, so that's a really wonderful, wonderful question. I'm going to do a whole episode on that. But you're right. For now, because we're talking about psychic work, for those who are stepping into that realm, a really easy thing for you to do is this. And I want everybody to do this with me. Okay, so this is something you can take away with you. And it's going to be on recording. So after the show, these recordings will be available on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm going to download it to Instagram. Spotify will have it as a podcast because My Psychic Lifestyle is a blog, a podcast, and now a show. So you'll be able to find this wherever I am. Okay? Okay. So place your hands in front of you. I was taught to do this with 3 times saying God, but you can say God, Goddess, Great Creator as well, if that's your path, which is mine. And this is probably one of the biggest healing tools that I have. So this is for cleansing and clearing. Afterwards, without opening your eyes, you're going to place your hands on your knees, and then I'm going to tell you what else to do. Okay? So everybody find a quiet place. I don't care if you have glasses on or not, whatever. I want you to repeat after me. I invoke the light of the God within. I can almost hear everybody. I am a clear and perfect channel. Light is my guide. I invoke the light of the God within. I am a clear and perfect channel. Light is my guide. I invoke the light of the God within. I am a clear and perfect channel. Light is my guide. Then take a big breath in. And in your hands, knowing that, ooh, that was good. Now, without opening your eyes, place your hands on your lap, palms up. I want you to envision anything coming around you. So it could be trees, it could be kids, it could be, let a vision come to you. This is called a living protection. This is something that comes from you and around you, but it is a life of its own. So it could be violins, it could be colors, it could be whatever. Allow it to come around you. Allow it to envelop you. Okay. Maybe you'll see it. Maybe you'll just feel it. Maybe you'll just know that it's there. That's okay. Then I want you to take a big breath in through your nose. And I want you to say these words as you breathe out. Let in the good, keep out the bad. Just that. Let out the good, keep out the bad. Big breath in again. And on the out breath, I want you to see this come to life. It could move or dance or sing, or maybe it doesn't do anything at all. Maybe it just lights up. Who knows? Allow. Every time you do this, you might get a different vision or a different image based on where your vibration is. This is a vibrational protection. So you've cleansed, cleared, and grounded, and now you've protected. Just sit with that. How does it feel? When you're done, take a breath in and just open your eyes. Very nice. If you've done this, I want you to comment and tell me how this feels. Kelly Minton Gloucester, how are you? Tell me how that felt for you. I really want to hear how this felt for you. Okay. Put it in the comments. Tell me what you saw, even. Give us a little bit of what you know. This is a really exciting thing that I learned a very, very, very long time ago. This protection is called a living protection. So, what that means, as I said earlier, is it comes from you. It's not something you're putting on you. This is one of my favorite things to do. I do this every week. So, at the end of the protection, I will say, set this for 7 days. Okay. Or set this from moon to moon. Okay. I check in with it every once in a while. And every once in a while, when I check in, it might change. Again, it's vibrational. So all of these different things you see, they're going to be based on who you are at the time that you do that. Okay. Excellent. All right. Carl Fahrenheit, I saw my cat guide. Yes. So you might see your cat. You might feel a warmth around you or a wind. It doesn't matter. However you see, it is valid. Okay. Very valid. Let's see. Stephanie Nelson says, whoa. Stephanie Nelson says, at peace, and I had a blue jay on my shoulder. Very nice. Carl Fahrenheit says, I saw my cat. Stephanie says, thank you. Tiffany says, it felt really good. Saw kids and animals. I do this often as well. I love learning from you. Well, I love learning from you guys too. And I love the fact that you guys are seeing some animals and things like that. I think that's really, really beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So, something to send you away with when we ground, clear, cleanse, and protect. When we step into this world, we want to make sure that we do cleanse ourselves, because there's no point in putting on a protection if we've been rolling in the mud. Like you don't go to somebody's house, roll in the mud, and then go to their clean house, right? So that's what we're doing. This is why I like to cleanse and clear before I do the protections. Ishika says, hi, hello. Ishika, I believe you asked me to do something for YouTube. Here I am. Wendy says, I had a dark tree shadows around me. I actually had vines. And for the first time when I blew it to life, I actually saw these beautiful flowers. They're almost like these really neat little orchid type. It was really neat. Debbie says, thank you. I had learned from Angel these affirmations every day I begin, for it has helped me so much. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. And I want to hear those validations from you, right? If they work, let people know they're working, so then they have the confidence to work with them too. Oh, my hair is so wet today. I'm having a good hair day though. I really am. And how we feel is important. I tend to talk about my hair a lot because it's the one thing I really love about myself. But the reason I do that too is because a lot of cultures believe that the hair is something that actually connects. And if you look at some of the indigenous tribes, especially in Vietnam, they actually had exceptions made because they were considered trackers. And the native aboriginals, the indigenous, believed that the hair is one of their connections to the earth, kind of like Avatar. It's really neat. So they didn't cut their hair. And in the military, they were allowed to have their hair long, which was really cool, I think. So everything for me is energetic, from the things we say to the people we meet to the stuff that we allow in our into our lives. Let's see. Should be moving on. Christina says, how is my little kitty? I wish I could read his mind. How is he feeling here? And is there anything I can do better? Well, you know what? Let's do a couple of readings and we're going to keep moving. You need Oogie Boogie. Yeah, exactly, man. In my Oogie Boogie right here. It in my Oogie Boogie. Everybody right now, before I go to readings, everybody right now, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to envision your perfect self. What is that part of your body that you really love? And I want you to see that part of your body. I want you to really over exaggerate it. When I do this exercise, I love it because I close my eyes and I'm like, I've got like this huge 70s kind of afro. It's like big and wild and pretty, kind of like what my hair looks like in New Orleans when it's humid. And I love that because it makes me feel powerful. I want you to close your eyes right now. I want you to see that part of your body. I don't care what part of your body it is. For women, it might be your chest. And for the guys, it might be your shoulders or other parts of you. Whatever the point is whatever that is, let it be over exaggerated because that's empowering for you. Okay. I want you to see that. Now, I want you to see yourself in your favorite piece of clothing. whether it's your boots, whether it's your jacket. Okay, I don't care. I want you to find that favorite piece of clothing. I want you to see yourself in it. And I want you to really dress yourself. I want you to feel that on your body, whether again, it's shoes, your pants, a skirt, your top. I don't care what it is. I want you to feel that piece of clothing. Now, the reason I say that is when I was an actor, I didn't realize how energetic my work was. And one of the things they taught us was that the hairstyle of your character, the shoes they wear, and the clothes they wear always made the characters. Actually, the hair and the shoes, because shoes change the way your body moves. Right? It changes the way your body moves. When you find for yourself the favorite pair of shoes or the favorite kind of footwear you wear, it actually says something about you. So people who like sneakers, they're really relaxed people. They're usually very adventurous people. People who like stilettos, there's a sexiness to them. There's a lot of night energy that goes around that. There's a lot of embracing of sexual confidence with that. People who like block heels, like I do, there's kind of what do they call it? Kind of a cowboy to them, or a real, there's a little bit of an edge to them in that regard, right? They're a little rougher because they've got that block heel. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have? What other questions do we have? Okay, so let's answer that question. Let's go now, since we're at 7:35 and I'm on my own. Unless you have any other questions around your own psychic abilities or what you want to know about being psychic today, let's move into readings. I don't have a problem with that. Or just continue to ask your psychic questions too, because I love to answer them. If you have a question about your abilities, how to activate them, what to do, what you go through at night, da 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 da, ask. This is your time. All right, let's see. Christina says, how is my little kitty? I wish I could read his mind. How is he feeling here? And is there anything I can do better? I love that question. So I really get from this cat that he's chill, really loves you, really wants to get to know you. So I don't care how long you've had this kitty for. This kitty still has a sense of newness to it. And I feel like this kitty is always looking to you very particularly. Sometimes kitty's food doesn't agree with them. I feel like their stomach is a little bit off. So I think it's not even the food so much as the amount of food. So maybe we'll want to cut back just a few nibbles. Okay. But I do feel like this cat is in a really good space, feels safe, feels warm. I love what you're giving it. I don't know if there's an adjustment period happening here. Again, it feels like a new kitty, but in the same token, even if it's been there for years, it still has that newness to it, which is great. Play with me more is something that I hear him say as well. Okay. So take some more time out to play with him. I know you do, but I guess up it, because that's what he's looking for. Loves belly rubs, loves belly rubs. And when he's biting your hand, when you're belly rubbing, he's just loving you more. He's just playing back. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Kay Morden joined us. Hello, Denise. I lost you for a bit. Oh, did you see my question about my dog Molson? I am worried about him. No, I didn't. So Molson, I am hearing, ouch, mommy, it hurts, but it's interesting. I don't know what you're getting, but I keep feeling like there's something going on, and I want to say it is on the right side, not the left. And I keep getting something about, I don't know if he's chewing well, but there's something going on in the teeth, and he's just feeling over a little icky. So this is a dog that I would definitely take to a physical, to get to see a physical. But he does, yeah, he just wants you to know. He doesn't want to leave you alone, because you need to know he's not feeling well. This is definitely a vet visit. Okay. For me, this is a vet visit. I am not a vet. I do not diagnose. I do not even pretend to diagnose, whether it's human or animal. I will give you what I see, but then I always say allopathic medicine or Western medicine and holistic medicine should work together. I mean, if I break my leg, I'm going to the hospital. Later, when it's starting to heal, I will do Reiki to help heal it more, to help the healing become whole. So as far as I'm concerned, everything works hand in hand. Stephanie May says, our cat Finny won't let us sleep at night. He wakes up several times throughout the night. If we keep him out of the room, he bangs on the door at all night. Please help us. Okay, this is an easy one. I have a cat like this too. Her name is Whitey. She is boss cat. And with these particular cats, this is more of a physical thing than anything else. Cats sleep a lot, and a lot of them sleep during the day. But this cat, the timing, the body clock feels off. You need to keep this cat awake during the day for a few days to change its body clock. That's really what this is about. I don't get that there's a health issue here. I get that this cat just wants to play with somebody, wants to go out, it wants to do stuff. So I would really recommend keeping this cat up awake during the day and then sleeping at night. Now, here's the other thing. Thank you. I almost forgot that. One of my favorite things to do, and I have it right here. Ha, ha, ha. Ooh, almost had a wardrobe malfunction. Rescue Remedy. This is a parent's godsend, okay? Rescue Remedy, especially for cats or any kind of animal that gets insomnia or has a hard time sleeping, absolutely wonderful. This is the human version. The pet version does not have the grapeseed alcohol in it because they're assuming that the animal will ingest it. I've never done that. Basically, what I do, all right, Whitey, boom, boom, boom. And she stays now. She used to run. And you just spray your animal with it or spray your hand and pet your animal with it. Oh, she's so good. She's such a good girl. So when you do that within 10 to 15 minutes, they're going to fall asleep. There are 5 flowers in here. It's just a flower remedy. And whatever combination is necessary for that animal or the person in whatever situation they're in, maybe they're in an interview, they need to calm down, or if they need to sleep, this will help them sleep. This is a whole 1 hour. This is a whole 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to my Instagram page at Raising Energy and follow, I actually do a whole seminar or a whole session on this. You can go to at Raising Energy, or you can go to at Angel Morgan Pet Psychic, because I do one on Bach remedies and animals very specifically. So this is a godsend for animals who are going through what you're going through, Stephanie. Okay, so rescue remedy, rescue remedy. Carl, would that protection process work after doing psychic work, or is there something better? No, you can use that for anything. So whether you do it before or whether you do it after doesn't matter, but I like to do it before because it helps to keep out stuff. And I'm not just talking about oogie boogies and ghosts that are, that are not conducive to us. I'm talking about even energies. Like when I do that particular protection, this helps me from taking on stuff that belong to other clients, right? So I had a dog years and years and years and years and years ago. The owner passed of throat cancer. 2 years later, the dog had gone to his daughter. 2 years later, the dog died of throat cancer. We can pick up energetic things. It doesn't mean you're going to get cancer because you're with somebody. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just I like to cleanse and clear and do that kind of thing. Animals are particularly sensitive, and they sometimes do take on overflow. And it is a rare thing to see something like that happen. Okay, so don't freak out, people. All right, Terry Talon says, "I love you." Okay, Terry Talon. Oh my God. So I did a trade with her. Not something I commonly do, but I went to her place and she did a hot stone massage. Oh my God, 2 hours of pure amazing. She is an amazing healer, and she's actually going to become part of my team. If you go to raisingenergy.com, in my team section, you'll find that I work with a whole group of people. I don't work alone. That's the other thing. As a psychic, as a clairvoyant, as a medium, and animal communicator, I have a team of people I work with. I have a psychologist that I work with because there are people I can't help. I'm not a psychologist. I have a hot stone massage therapist. I have an osteopath that I work with. If you go in there, I've got the Hedge Witch in Newmarket. Everybody knows the Hedge Witch because that's where I love. That's my second family. I have all of these things in my team section for you. So go there, raisingenergy.com. All right. Let's see. Doug Morden. Oh my God. Hi. I saw Kay earlier. All right. Stephanie Nielsen says, "I'm curious about my career and advice. I feel like I need to be outdoors more, but I don't work in the outdoor environment." So what we talk about when we feel like it connects with career is sometimes when we're outside, it helps our career. So for me, I'm a duathlete. I mountain bike, not to say you have to do these things. Even people just go out for a hike, get the elements to align you with will help you with your career. So you're being called to go outside because there's something in your spirit that is lacking at the moment. And if you do that, that's going to help your career. Actually, for you particularly, Stephanie, that's going to open up your career and expand you. It's actually going to open your creative mind, and it's going to help you with whatever it is that you do for work. I really like that for you. I love his little bites. Thanks. And this is Christine talking about her cat. We're talking about the little love bites when she plays in her tummy. Oh, I love it. Oh, Whitey's had enough of me. She slept. I love my cat. Eric and I are listening. Any more on our new abode coming soon? I really love the direction you two are going in. Nurture your relationship with each other. You guys, music, more music between you. I want to hear you singing. I want to play guitar. I want music in the home is really going to uplift the vibration. It's going to transition you out. It's almost the last little piece that's needed. Emily Blake, she's one of my favorite little witches. I love her. Hi, Emily. I haven't talked to you in so long. I'm so sorry. I feel like a remiss friend. Your energy is amazing as always. I hope you had a great weekend. I did have an amazing weekend. I hope everybody out there had an amazing weekend. That's one of the reasons I like to do this on Monday, because we're riding the high of the weekend and it helps us to go into the rest of the week. I've just given you the protections and grounding. So now you've got the rest of the week to work with that as well. All right. Doug Morden says, what do you see coming up? Okay, my one rule on this show, what aspect of your life? Please be specific with your questions because we have so many people that we're reading. Denise, Angel, Molson is 14 now. You've talked to him before. Yes, I know. So yeah, he's, again, this is all about love, compassion, comfort. Get a physical done, something going on with the teeth in there. Massage. Ooh, I just got massage. Okay. Maybe some warm blankets as well, because I feel like there's a little bit of achiness in there. Kay Morden says, how long will it take for our house to sell? What is coming up for us? I don't see anything moving until the fall. Okay. I really don't see anything moving until the fall. Be patient, because whatever this is, it feels like dream home. It feels like dreaming. It feels like it feels good. Okay. Guys, like my pages, follow and subscribe on my YouTube. I'm trying to get that. And also, just so you guys know, I'm on TikTok. And once I hit 1,000 followers there, I'm actually going to be able to stream to TikTok as well. So please, if you know anybody on TikTok, can you please get them to follow me? I have little tidbits there. So TikTok, what I'm doing is I got like 1 minute little things of psychic tips and techniques. So TikTok, if you want to follow me there and you're on TikTok, please do. I am looking for followers. I want followers. I want 1,000 so I can start doing this there too. I just want to be everywhere for everyone all at once. I know there's like a movie to that effect. So Emily says, my question is, my mom has been resonating a lot with psychic YouTubers, but doubts her intuitive powers whenever we talk generational psychic abilities. How can I best support her to find confidence? Okay. So first of all, be very careful, because I feel like some of the information she's getting on YouTube is contradictory. What feels right? That goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the segment, the episode. We were talking about know how you feel. What feels real for you when you connect? And we talk about generational abilities. I can understand how she's not connecting because her abilities are a little bit unique. Yes, there is the craft in your family. Yes, it's there, but she uses it a little differently than you do, Emily. So the best way to support your mom is to explore her abilities her way. So don't try and teach her your way. What do you feel like doing, Mom? We're cooking. Okay, well, do you want to use certain herbs? Maybe you want to intuit the herbs. Follow her lead, and it's amazing how much she's going to learn you too. Okay, and I use learn you purposely. The reality is that you two are going to give each other, but you have to witness her abilities right now and then add your abilities as you go. So with Joseph and I, with my son and I, when we are talking, he'll maybe come up with something. Oh, Mommy, I'm seeing this, or Mom, I'm seeing that. And I go, yeah, you know what? This is what I'm seeing. And we just work together. Great story. We were actually at Ripley's Aquarium recently, and he was standing in front of the stingray exhibit. Now, my son is 20, and it was really cool. The pod, a little one came from the pod, a baby, and it was playing. It was playing in the water, and you could see them communicating. It was one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen. But here's the thing. I was jealous, ashamed of my jealousy, and proud all at the same time. And I just watched him. And then he came over to me, and I said to him, I said, how did you do that, honey? How did you connect? And he goes, Mommy, he goes, all I did was I said, put myself on on the level of these animals, and these animals on my level. No, put myself on these levels of the animals and these animals on my level. So he was basically putting himself on the vibe of the animals and the animals on his vibe. And I said, really? And he goes, oh yeah, you should try it sometime, Mom. I taught you that. And we were laughing and laughing. These are little basics that we use with animal communications. I will literally say when I'm working with an animal, put me on the vibe of this animal on my vibe. And my son uses that. But our children will always evolve beyond us. You are evolved in a different way than your mom, Emily. So you need to work with her and really help her test the waters to remember who she is. Okay. I hope that helps. 70 May, thank you so much. I have that. Oh, awesome. Lisa, hi. Kayla just got a massage from a shaman that a witch in the 11th century. Oh, got a message. Sorry. Kayla just got a message from a shaman that a witch from the 11th century to come after. How can she protect herself? Okay, so the protections I gave earlier are really going to help. But again, she needs to sit down and talk to that witch. She needs to see what that witch wants. Lisa, she's powerful. Sit down, close your eyes. What do you want? What is it that is necessary? If you're having issues with it still, email me and we'll talk. The reality is I've had ones like that. I had a little girl, about 11, 12 years old, and she wasn't doing very well. The family called me in, and what happened is there was this African woman who was part of a family that were witches, and she reminded her of her daughter who had died young. And the problem is that she had to pass on her abilities and wasn't able to because there was no one else in the family to do that. She had died young herself. And so when I came into the picture, she goes, "Let me give it to you." And I went, "What?" And she goes, "Let me." I'm like, "No, but I'm not of your culture." And she goes, "Just understand, you can take this." And I said, "Okay." And I found things out later that made sense to why she was giving it to me. She gave it to me. It actually opened up my abilities and it released this child. And it was really, really beautiful. And once she was able to release that, she found her own child on the other side. In this particular case, Kayla needs to sit down with this person, or maybe she and I can sit down with this person. We can do this via Zoom, by the way. And maybe we can talk to this witch and we can release her. I'm actually working on a case like this in Italy as well. So it does happen. Okay. It does happen. And yes, she can protect herself, use the protection from above. This will really, really help. Cheryl Ann Tucker says, do you see changes coming in the next 6 months, please? Something coming with work shifting, and I like that. But that's really the biggest thing I see. I'm not seeing home. I'm not seeing. Did I just see? No, come on. My sister is here, Michelle. Hi, I love you. Hi, Jacob. I love my Jakey. I love my Jakey. I love my Jakey. Okay, so if anybody wants to be a guest and ask their question live, you are more than welcome to do it. I am pasting the link here, and you are more than welcome to come. You must be on a laptop if you want to do that. Michelle, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But yeah, I can't believe it. My nephew and my sister are here for our premiere show. I'm so excited. I love doing this. So I'm really excited to bring all this kind of stuff every week to you. And I'm so excited. I don't think my nephew's ever actually seen me do my work before. So this is really neat. Future Move, Kay asked already. Debbie, thank you. You're welcome. Cheryl, do you see changes regarding moving? I got that one. Jen Charlie, would love to know if I'll own my own business one day. Will it be good? Okay, I don't understand why you don't already own it. The reality is you're keeping you from your superstardom. Like, I'm actually hearing this. You are not, I don't want to say behind, but you're definitely needing to kind of catch up, because entrepreneurship is definitely for you. Like, you need to do that. Sit down, start writing out, what if I was an entrepreneur, what is it that I want to do? And it's going to boom, it's going to really it's really going to open up your world. Okay, it really is going to open up your world. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's see. Diane Berard, how are you? Okay, guys, can you do me a favor? This is just because it's the first one. Can you guys let me know which page you're watching this on? Are you on YouTube? Are you on Angel Morbid Pet Psychic? Are you on My Psychic Lifestyle, Raising Energy, or on my profile page? I just want to know, just even for the analytics, so I know which ones are the more popular ones, because eventually I'm going to be on more streams, and there's only so many streams I can be on and platforms. Hi, Diane says, hi, Angel. Can you see me moving out at any time? Whoops. Or will I be staying here for a while? I do see a move come for you. You need to be more proactive about the move. And I'm not talking just physically. I feel like you need to put more energy into it. It's like, oh, when am I going to move? If you keep asking when you're going to move, you're going to stay still. You want to start going, okay, I'm going to move. I'm going to move. And this is what my home looks like. I'm going to move. And this is what my home looks like. And inside, this is how I'm going to decorate it. I'm going to move. And this is what my home's going to look like. And this is how my inside's going to decorate it. And these are the people that I'm going to invite over. This is the color of my walls. And I want you to start creating that image for yourself, a vision board. Pinterest, my favorite way to create vision boards. Again, that's going to be its own little segment or episode. So make sure you tune in. Kelly Longhurst Jackson says, where is my career going? I was going to make a joke and go nowhere, but actually I get up and away. There is movement and advancement coming for you this year, but 2025 for sure. This year, but if you take the offer, like don't shy away from it. I keep feeling like your energy is very in two different places. I want to move forward, but I like where I am. You've got to commit to moving forward. If you move forward, things are going to move nicely. 2025, there's really nice expansion on that. Okay. Doug says, good to see you. Good to see you too, lovely. All right. Thank you. Although I hope it's sooner as it's already been up since November. I know, but the reality is it's okay, guys, listen. The reality is when it comes to homes, you can spin your wheels as much as you want. Until the home you're ready for is actually on the market, you're going to be spinning your wheels. So relax. And the universe has a plan for you. And this is very specifically for you, Kay and Doug. This is the whole idea that, yes, you're putting it on the market in November, but they're protecting you. It's on the market. That's fine. Let it be on the market. But just understand you're not losing days. Let the universe do its thing. Let it unfold. One of the things that I've recently learned or made the connections with is, when people write a book, and I've written 2 books, and I love my books. I really, really do. And actually, I might as well put that in there. So nice segue. When people write books, the books are ready. They're waiting for us up in heaven or, in the pool of energy and source, whatever. When we ask for those books, it's basically the universe taking it off the shelf and downloading it to us so we can make it material. Okay. We can make it physical. We're physicalizing that. So when the universe gives you something like, okay, let's sell the house and we put it on the market, don't get discouraged. The more you sit back and go, the universe has a plan for us and relax into it, you're going to find things will happen even faster. Okay. So don't stop the flow. The more we worry, the more we stop the flow. Psychic work, going right back to the beginning of the episode, is all about that. Follow your feel. Don't stop the flow. Follow that guidance, no matter how wacky it is. As long as you don't hurt yourself or other people, just do it. Enjoy, explore. Okay. Let's see. Diane, I've already answered a question for you. So I'm going to try to get to everybody at least once. Okay. Cheryl D says, does my golden retriever have any messages for me? Wants to go out more. And I keep hearing a little goofy, a little dopey, but that's just me. That's just me. Absolutely loves going out with you. Favorite time is going out for walks, getting outside. Actually, I know you think he doesn't like the rain, but he likes rainy days. This dog actually likes rainy days. You might not like rainy days, but this dog likes rainy days and splashing, likes to splash. Tiffany Ann, sounds like my mom and I a lot. Audrey does it with me as well. I keep telling her it's okay to talk to me about it. And if you feel you can't, you can always talk to Auntie Angel when we're together. And it's so true. So when you feel something, when it happens, talk to people. Tiffany Ann, that's a great thing to break up. Find those people who are safe to talk to. When my son was a little boy, I used to say to him, before you go talk to people about your abilities, if you want to talk to them, ask me first. Are they safe people to talk to? Okay. Because you don't want children to be discouraged. You don't want to be discouraged. You want to surround yourself with energies that are of like kind. Now, having said that, you're always going to find the naysayers. If you do, ask yourself, where are you naysaying? Where are you doubting? Right? I love skeptics. I love non-believers because I was one. And the reality is they keep me real. I had a woman apologize to me in a reading yesterday or the day before because she's like, look, I'm really sorry that I don't give you much. She goes, I just want to hear what you have to say. And I said, you know what? I love it because that challenges me. Sometimes when people go to readings, they give you too much and then it confuses me. I'm like, okay, am I seeing that because she said that? Or am I seeing it because it's what I'm seeing? right? Somebody tells me all about their dad. Well, am I seeing their dad the way I'm seeing them because of the description you just gave me? Better to be a little more quiet in a reading and let the reader do their job. All right. Emily Filippelli. Oh, what a pretty name. Filippelli. I like that. Will my daughter find her significant other? She's a workaholic and never has time for anything and never has time for anything. Listen, if I found somebody and I'm a workaholic, she gonna find somebody. Yes, I do see her. I actually see her wedding. I see it being really beautiful. This person is always going to put work first, but the other person she's going to be with is going to kind of go, okay, look, there's something here. And she's going to learn as time goes on. She's going to learn. And I feel like kids might be involved and I feel like family becomes more important. But it's going to be a real test for her to kind of rip herself away from work. I almost feel like she feels like a Capricorn or something. If you don't mind, just in the comments, can you tell me what her sign is? Also, I used to be more intuitive about spirits and feelings. Did I lose this ability? Oh my God, I absolutely love this. Oh my God, we're 1 minute to 8 o'clock already, but I have to answer this question. No, you'll never lose your abilities. Sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes life takes over and our focus goes in a different direction. Our energy goes where our thoughts flow. So if our energy isn't in our intuitive work, then yeah, you know what? You're going to feel more on the material stuff. You're going to throw yourself more in your head. But your intuition is working 24/7. Again, it's just about slowing down and listening. And understand too, your abilities will change in different phases of your life as well. So sometimes you're going to feel it in a more settled way. In other words, it'll feel quieter. It won't be a big bang. It won't be as intense for you. That's okay. It doesn't mean that it's gone away. Right now, your focus is on your family, your children, and you worry too much. So just so you guys understand too, when we work with our abilities, when we put ourselves in a place of fear, in a place of concern, that also can kind of just kind of close down our abilities a little bit. It'll never shut them down fully. It doesn't happen, but it will kind of pull our focus away from our abilities too. Okay, great. Thank you everybody for coming on tonight. I truly, truly, truly appreciate. Look at all these wonderful comments. I'm going to be doing this every single week. If I didn't get to your question today, I am sorry. I'm going to be here every single week. Remember your question, change your question. Always come back because I am going to be here for you. I am going to take this last one. I am beyond frustrated with my current work situation. Do you see that changing in the near future? No, your work doesn't need to change. You need to change. And it's not about your work. I feel like it's time to kind of move forward, but you're afraid to do that. I want you to do some healing work. I know it's going to sound really bad, but find your happy place, because as you find your happy place, you're actually going to grow and you're going to transition out of this work. The work is frustrating because you're growing. So let yourself grow, Deanna. Let yourself grow. Thank you so much. Ooh, sorry, one more. Mary Borg Camilleri. Hi, I'm on Facebook for the first time listening to you. What is happening for me this year? Okay, so my one rule is normally very specific questions because we have so much happening in this, so much happening in our lives. But the reason I want to take you is because it's Mary Borg Camilleri. So you're Maltese like I am, and I can't not take a Maltese person's question. I just can't. So what's happening for you this year? What's really interesting is I see you outside. And I see you looking, and it's vast and open. I see you taking more day trips, literally. I see something about a spa day. I see you catering to you more. I see you kind of your way of thinking is changing. Your perceptions of life are thinking. You're coming more into your maturity, into your elder, moving from woman to elder. And it's really, really cool because I feel like you don't care so much about what other people think. Your perspective is really focusing on self. And that's a healthy place to be, especially for a Maltese woman, because we're all about everybody else and we're all worried about what the family thinks and this and that and the other. So in your particular case, it really is about take care of you this year. And if you do that, you're actually going to see some more money coming in as well. Almost feels like something on the side or something fun that you're going to do. Okay. Wonderful. All right, people. I'm going to be back next week, 7 p.m. EST. If you haven't seen everything of this show, this is going to be posted on Instagram. It's going to be here in the morning. Have your breakfast, have a coffee. I'm going to be on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok so I can start doing this here and streaming it there too. I need 1,000 followers. Guys, it's going to be so cool. And don't forget, If you want, you can come and see me live at Niagara Falls at the Convention Center, February 23rd. If you're in the New York area, I'm actually going to be Broadway bound, and I'm going to be in New York in June, but more about that later. If you want, you can see me in Niagara Falls. We're going to have some stuff happening in Newmarket, in Toronto, and as they come up, I'm going to let you know. And yeah, guys, see you next week. I love you all. I think this is going to be a really great show. I think we're going to have a really great time. Tell everybody about it. Make sure they come and see the show. Make sure they interact, free readings. All right. We'll see you guys next week.